What does it take to be called the ultimate wannabe cop? It's not just a uniform, it's not just a lie. It's a total commitment to a single, dangerous fantasy. While most security guards are just trying to work a shift, one man in Central Florida was building a private army. He didn't just want to look like the police, he wanted to be the police, with all the lights, the sirens, the command, and the control. And the scariest part, for a while, it actually worked. He built his entire life on the aesthetic of authority, while rejecting every bit of the law that truly governs it. This is not a story about a security guard. This is the story of Jeremy Dewitte and how he became the definitive, undisputed, ultimate wannabe cop. Before we get to Metro State, before the motorcycles and the helmets and the lights, you have to understand who Jeremy Dewitte was, because his story isn't really about funeral escorts. It's about identity. A guy who desperately wanted authority, respect, and fear, but had none of the credentials to back it up. Dewitte lied about being special forces. He lied about fighting in Fallujah. He lied about being medically discharged. The truth? He never served a day. He was literally in prison during the year he claims he was kicking down doors in Iraq. And that's the theme you're going to see repeat over and over. Dewitte invents a version of himself. Reality punches him in the mouth. But instead of learning, he just keeps on digging. At some point, Dewitte figured out something dangerous. You don't need to have authority to wield it. You just have to look like you do. So he built Metro State Vehicle Protection Services, a funeral escort company that operated like a discount SWAT team. Motorcycles with white paint schemes, strobe lights, badges, duty belts, body cams, radio codes, rank structure, the whole aesthetic of policing, without any of the legal standing. To the public, Metro State looked official. To drivers stuck in traffic, they looked like deputies. To Jeremy, it was probably the closest he'd ever feel to being the hero he invented in his own head. The costumes were one thing, the conduct was the other. Funeral escorts have one job: guide the procession safely and discreetly. But Dewitte turned every escort into a stage play where he was the lead actor. Take the Porsche incident in 2018, one of dozens. A driver moves around the tail end of what he thinks is normal traffic. Suddenly, a motorcycle with Metro State decals swerves up next to him. Dewitte is leaning into the window, flexing authority he doesn't have. "Don't worry about what I am. I'm a state agent, boy." And that's when the chase begins. Through streets, under bridges, screaming at the driver to get out of the car. It's pure unhinged posturing. This isn't funeral escort duty. This is a man LARPing as law enforcement in traffic. Soon, the real cops started noticing a pattern. Drivers were confused, deputies were getting into confrontations, and Metro State escorts were acting like traffic cops on steroids. So investigators did something devastating to Dewitte. They subpoenaed all of Metro State's body cam footage, a terabyte of it. Imagine being so obsessed with looking like a cop that you film your own crimes. In 4K, the footage shows Dewitte blocking lanes on I-95, directing traffic with sirens blaring, slapping cars and threatening drivers, including one who turned out to be an off-duty deputy. It was a perfect storm of ego, poor judgment, and hours of self-incriminating HD video. Once law enforcement had the footage, the whole thing crumbled to pieces. 2019. Arrested for impersonating an officer after pulling a driver over, slapping the hood, and reaching toward his gun belt. 2019 again. Arrested again for impersonation. 2021. Arrested while wearing a uniform, armed, and carrying an imitation pistol, while still a registered sex offender. Each time, Dewitte played the same card. I wasn't impersonating, I was just escorting a funeral. But the badges, the commands, the sirens, the threats, it told a different story. Before the fraud charges, before the tax cases, before everything collapsed, Jeremy tried one last thing to salvage the fantasy. He went on national television. In February 2021, he sat across from Dr. Phil, in a dress shirt, tie, and the same practiced confidence he used on the streets, and insisted he wasn't impersonating anyone. Not a cop, not a state agent, not anything. According to him, Metro State was simply a safety service. He claimed the badges weren't badges, the commands weren't commands, the sirens weren't sirens, and every driver he screamed at had somehow misunderstood him. Even Dr. Phil, a man who's heard every excuse under the sun, stared at him like, "My guy, are you serious?" And that's the telling part. Instead of owning up, instead of dialing it down, Jeremy doubled down. He defended the uniforms, the lights, the traffic stops, the whole performance, on one of the biggest talk shows in America. It wasn't damage control, it was denial on a national broadcast. A man clinging to the persona, even as it was falling apart in front of millions. And this is where the story turns from sad cosplay into systemic fraud. Because once you start building your life on lies, you need bigger lies to keep it standing. Insurance fraud, fake crash claims, submitting photos from unrelated accidents, using the same invoice numbers months apart, intentionally rear-ending drivers to stage collisions. Failure to report vehicles under rules. Failure to report online accounts. False tax returns understating metro state revenue. It's like he tried every single way a person could pretend to be official while simultaneously committing fraud. And here's where this all hits home for anyone in private security. Guards get labeled wannabe cops because the public doesn't understand what we do. But people like Jeremy Dewitte, they weaponize that confusion. He deliberately blurred the lines, making it harder for legitimate guards, professionals who follow protocols and respect boundaries, to be taken seriously. A vest does not make you law enforcement. A strobe light does not give you the right to pull people over. A bad-shaped patch does not give you authority. Guards know this. Metro State didn't care. By late 2022, he was back in jail for probation violations, including failing to delete his own YouTube channel. By 2023 and 2024, he was buried under fraud charges. And then came the big one. In 2024, a jury convicted him of failing to register a vehicle as a and sentenced him to almost 7 years. Then in 2025, federal court added 41 months for filing false tax returns. The ultimate wannabe cop ended up becoming the ultimate inmate. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. Most guards aren't wannabe cops. Most guards don't want the badge, the gun, or the authority. Most guards just want to work their shift and clock out. But every stereotype has its prototype, and when someone like Jeremy Dewitte dresses like a cop, talks like a cop, acts like a cop, without being one, the rest of us pay the price. Jeremy wasn't a guard, he wasn't law enforcement, he wasn't military, he was a performance artist of authority who forgot the performance was a crime. A real badge carries weight, a fake one carries a prison sentence. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more guard guides, and be safe.